I'm headed up to Camp Muir for a night. I wanted to get in some altitude and some cold weather camping before I head off to Bolivia next Sunday. They're predicting high winds, freezing temperatures. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm at about 6,000 feet now. Camp Muir is about a little over 10,000 feet. So I've got a good 4,000 feet to go. And at this rate, you know, maybe it's gonna take me 3 or 4 hours to get there. I'm just gonna take it easy. I don't wanna push it too hard. I am kind of sensitive to altitude, so I just don't want to get altitude sick and have kind of a crappy, headachy night. I'm at about 7,500 feet right now, and I'm heading into a cloud layer right now. I was just talking to a couple people coming down from Muir, and they were saying above 8,000 feet it starts to get really windy and really icy, and you get pelted with freezing rain, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm at about 9,500 feet, I think, and my visibility is about 30 feet, maybe 30 to 50 feet, but I think I'm close. It's probably just below freezing level, but it's just kind of this driving mist, driving real light rain, so I'm just soaked. Fortunately, this jacket is keeping me pretty dry. It's an old climbing jacket that I've had that has served me well, and I'm just following the wand. It's a real pain in the ass to pull out the GPS because the camera's so wet, my phone is so wet that I have to take my glove off in order to operate the camera. Well, I finally made it. Oh, the last 1,000 feet was grueling. It just felt like wand after wand after wand. No visibility, just complete whiteout. So I'm gonna go up and try to find a decent place to set my tent. I finally got my tent set up. That took me about 30 minutes. By the time I got in here, my hands and my feet were numb. Everything I was wearing was soaked. Everything under my Gore-Tex. My socks were soaked. I'd put plastic bags over my feet, and pretty much they didn't tear. It was pretty much just all body moisture that built up and soaked my socks. So I had to wring them out. I'm still trying to warm up my feet right now. I'm in my Z-Packs duplex. Two-person tent is really functioning as like a one-person tent with gear right now, but It's not the greatest shelter for for 10,000 feet in a snowstorm, but this is the tent that I'm going to take to my trek in Bolivia, and it just has to work. It's only 1.25 pounds, so ultralight, but not fully enclosed really. And I didn't do a great job setting up the tent. There's a couple loose spots that I'm going to try to tighten up, but I really don't want to get out of my tent and mess with it right now. It's just too cold. My next step is to cook something to eat and probably just curl up in my sleeping bag. I think this is chicken adobo, mountain house. All I know is it looks brown and warm. Better than eating snow. Curry chicken of some sort. Still have some crunchy spots, but not too bad. I just wanted to eat an extra dinner so I would stay warm tonight. I didn't want to wake up hungry, but so I brought a pulse oximeter. We're at about 10,000 feet right now, so I'm curious to know if my blood oxygen level is a little bit lower than it was at sea level. At sea level, it was 99% saturation, and my resting pulse was about 60. So about 95, and my resting pulse is about 100, which is pretty interesting considering I'm only at 10,000 feet, and in Bolivia I expect to be up to 17,000 feet. Well, it's about 10 o'clock. My tent is holding, but it's a little bit frozen on the inside, so there's a thin layer of ice on the inside. I didn't get that door very well, so it's a bit breezy, but at least it's providing ventilation. The moisture buildup inside the tent is what's responsible for all the ice. So I have to simultaneously keep the snow from coming in, but allow enough ventilation to keep the inside of the tent from icing up. I'm gonna try to go to bed now, but it's gonna be a noisy night, and I don't think I'm gonna get much sleep. I finally warmed up my feet, and I did that by taking my hot food after I poured boiling water into it, and then zipping it up in a Ziploc bag and putting it against my feet, and finally my feet are not numb anymore. I think I'm gonna be okay. Done this before. So, but I expect right now I'm a little chilly, but once I get down in this sleeping bag, I think I'll warm up. Should be fine. Anyway, see you in the morning. Oh, it's 7 a.m. And I think that was the most miserable night I've ever spent in the mountains. My head hurt all night. I felt nauseous. It was fucking windy as hell. The winds were violent. You can see that the tent got encroached by about a foot of snow. The winds blew a ton of ice into the tent, and everything's covered with a thin layer of frost on the inside. My sleeping bag on the top is all damp. I'm just gonna try to get out of here and get down, because I'm just pretty altitude sick. My head hurts. and I'm just not going to feel better until I get down. I just finished boiling about 3/4 of a quart of water, and the sun's coming out, so hopefully it won't be as miserable on the way down as I thought it would be. Feet were so cold this morning. I was afraid I was going to get frostbite because my socks were wet, my shoes were frozen. But now that I'm moving, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I can wiggle my toes still, but boy, they're still pretty numb. Anyway, I'm just plunge stepping as fast as I can down this slope, just following the flags. Fortunately, the visibility is improving, so sight the flags and keep moving. Navigating in this terrain and this cold would be really difficult. The visibility was so bad. I literally had to pull out my GPS on my phone and hold it in my hand as I was walking forward. I pretty much saw nothing but white. Fortunately, I came upon 2 skiers that are coming up, going to Muir, and so if it doesn't snow too bad, I'll be able to follow their tracks down to Muir. Otherwise, the GPS is going to have to come out again. Right now, I got to put on my snowshoes because I'm post-holing so much that I just not making good progress. Well, I think that was one of the most miserable hikes I've ever done. My head still hurts. Everything I was carrying is completely soaked, and I don't know. But anyway, now it's time to get something to eat. I think I would have had a much better time if my head wasn't pounding from about 8 p.m. until even now. I've got kind of a residual headache, so it never really went away, and just that kind of worries me about Bolivia. I'm gonna land in La Paz at 12,000 feet, and I just have a feeling I'm going to be sick as a dog when I get there. So I'm a little worried about that. I don't know. Hopefully this trip will help a little bit. But one thing I do want to emphasize is, unless you've had a lot of training and have a lot of experience, you shouldn't do stuff like this. I've had several years of formal mountaineering training and many years of mountaineering and hiking experience. So you know, this is not something I do lightly. I've made a lot of mistakes and learned from those mistakes. So just don't watch these videos and think that what I do is always safe, because it's not. I think if something had happened last night, like my guy line broke and my tent fell over, I don't know if I would have tried to repair it because it was so cold, or if I would have just jumped ship and go to the hut and just kind of huddled in a corner in the climber's hut there. So yeah, I mean, when you get out at altitude in harsh weather, things can go wrong, and things can get very dangerous very quickly.